So the last of our core plugins is called a stereo imager, and that, as you would expect, controls the dimension of the stereo field in our 4D mixing space. So let's hop into Ableton and have a look at how it works. So here we've got our piano, which is just in the central channel, and say we want to make that wider so it spreads out in the stereo space. We can achieve that in the ways that we've looked at, which include reverb, delay or panning, or we can use one of these tools, which is a stereo imager. So let's activate it. This is a free ozone imager, it's called, and here's a display of the stereo signal. We can see it's right here in the center, and as we add the effect, we can hear it's wider. Now these tools are much better than they used to be, as there can be phase cancellation issues with them, which is basically where the audio in the left channel cancels out the audio in the right channel, which we are going to look at in more depth in the problems to avoid when mixing lesson, which will cover a few other things as well. And with that, that is all of the core plugins that we are going to use for mixing, and how each one can control a different dimension within the 4D mixing space. In the next part of the course, when we look at the more advanced tools, all of the techniques and plugins are based on the ones that we've covered in this part of the course. So it's going to be easier for you to understand exactly what we're doing and why. But before we go into the more advanced tips and techniques, we are going to do two things. In the next lesson, we will have a quick look at the plugins that we don't need to use for mixing, and then we're going to do a quick win exercise to really internalize everything that we've covered in this part of the course. So I'll see you in the next lesson.